Most of us are living under more pressure than ever before. You feel it every single day. And yet, when you bring up symptoms like fatigue, weight gain, and anxiety to your doctor, they're dismissed as just part of getting older or something you just have to live with. Here's the thing, that chronic stress you're feeling, it's slowly undermining your health. But you can't fix it if you don't know why it's happening. So, how can you finally figure out why your cortisol is elevated so you can treat it at the root? In this video, I'm sharing 3 root causes of high cortisol that most doctors never talk about, plus the specific functional medicine strategies you need to fix them. I know exactly what it's like to live with runaway cortisol. I've been there myself. But more importantly, I've helped hundreds of folks move from that frustrating, wired and tired state to feeling truly energized by looking at the body differently from a functional medicine perspective. It seems like high cortisol is being blamed for everything these days. From TikTok to health magazines to even the nightly news, everyone is talking about it. And honestly, I understand why. After all, cortisol is our primary chronic stress hormone, and in a world that never shuts off, our bodies have plenty of reasons to be on high alert. But as a functional medicine doctor, I see the side of this that conventional medicine often misses. Most doctors look at cortisol as a yes or no issue. Either you have a rare disease like Cushing's, or you're fine. But there is a massive middle ground where your cortisol is elevated enough to make you feel miserable, but not sick enough for a standard blood test to flag it. Think about your symptoms for a second. Are you gaining weight for no reason? Dealing with hot flashes or night sweats? Maybe heart palpitations that keep you up at night? Do you feel dizzy or deal with vertigo? What about your digestion? Are you oscillating between constipation and bloating? These aren't just random annoyances. Your stress response system, specifically the HPA axis, impacts every single system in your body. When cortisol stays high, it stops being a helpful fight or flight tool and starts becoming inflammatory. It's like a car engine that's been redlining for 3 days straight. Eventually, things are going to break. So while it's tempting to blame stress for everything, to actually heal, we have to look at the hidden biological triggers that are keeping your system stuck in a survival loop. The first root cause we have to talk about, and it's one that often surprises my clients, is blood sugar fluctuations. Now, you might be thinking, Dr. Kate, I'm not diabetic. My blood sugar is fine. But here's the secret. Your body treats a drop in your blood sugar as a life-threatening emergency. When you eat a meal that is high in empty carbs or sugar, think about that morning donut or sweetened coffee beverage, your blood sugar spikes. Your body releases insulin to move that sugar into your cells. But if that spike was too high, your body often overreacts and sends your blood sugar crashing down. In that crash, your brain panics. It thinks you're starving. To save you, your HPA axis kicks in and releases, you guessed it, cortisol. Cortisol's job here is to break down stored sugar to bring your levels back up. If this is happening 3, 4, or 5 times a day, you're living on a biological roller coaster. You'll feel shaky, anxious, and brain fogged, and eventually, that constant cortisol signal tells your body to start storing fat right around your midsection because it thinks it may need to prepare for a famine. This is reason number 1 why I don't just guess when it comes to cortisol levels. Instead, I use the DUTCH Adrenal test to see exactly how your cortisol is responding to these blood sugar shifts throughout the day. It's the difference between throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks and utilizing data-driven strategies. I'll talk a little more about advanced functional testing in a minute. To fix this root cause of high cortisol, you have to get off the roller coaster. When it comes to nutrition, focus on protein, healthy fats, and fiber at every single meal. This slows down the absorption of sugar and keeps your cortisol from having to rescue you. If you're under acute stress, don't go long periods without eating. A small protein-rich snack every 3 to 4 hours can actually tell your HPA axis that it's safe to calm down. I also really like to use nutraceuticals like berberine, fenugreek, and EGCG from green tea to stabilize blood sugar and even lower chronically elevated levels. If you know your cortisol is high and you're already doing everything right with your food plan, These natural strategies are a good next step. I'll put a link to my favorite blood sugar balancers in the video description for you to check out. And when you order them through my full script dispensary, you'll get a nice surprise. The second stress trigger that nobody talks about is dysbiosis. You may have heard about the gut-brain axis, but most people don't realize that your gut can actually be a major source of physical stress. Your microbiome is the community of bacteria and yeasts living in your digestive tract. When the microbiome is thriving, you feel great. But when it becomes unbalanced, a state we call dysbiosis, it creates a constant low-grade inflammation. When your gut is irritated, the lining can actually become leaky. This is technically called gut hyperpermeability or gut barrier dysfunction. Small particles of food or microbes sneak into your bloodstream where they don't belong. Your immune system sees these as invaders and sounds the alarm. And guess what the alarm sounds like? Cortisol. Your body interprets this internal invasion as a threat to your survival, just like it would a predator. This is why you can be doing all the meditation in the world, but if your gut is leaky, your cortisol will stay high because your body feels like it's under attack from the inside. This often leads to that brain fog and unexplained anxiety that many of my clients describe. One of my favorite ways to correct leaky gut and dysbiosis is with a very special keystone bacteria called Akkermansia muciniphila. This specific microbe helps strengthen the gut lining so those leaks can heal. I'll link the specific Akkermansia probiotic that I recommend in the description because quality is everything with this one. It's a game changer for lowering cortisol-driven inflammation. The third root cause is something I call the hidden nutrient gap. Your body is a massive chemical factory. To make energy, detoxify your liver, and keep your heart beating, it needs specific raw materials, vitamins, and minerals. When you have insufficient levels of these essentials, your body can't perform its daily functions efficiently. Instead, it has to take biochemical detours. Imagine trying to build a house, but you've run out of nails, so you try to use tape instead. It works for a minute, but it's stressful for the structure, and things tend to fall apart in a hurry. In your body, this lack of ingredients causes internal stress. If you're low on magnesium, B vitamins, or zinc, your body has to work twice as hard to get half as much done. This triggers chronic HPA axis activation, resulting in high cortisol. Plus, without enough antioxidants, your body builds up free radicals, which are basically little oxidative fires that damage your tissues. This damage causes inflammation, and as we've learned today, inflammation is a direct signal for more cortisol. The reality is that our modern food supply isn't as nutrient-dense as it used to be. Even if you're eating your veggies, you might still be running low on the essentials. Most routine blood work only looks for severe deficiencies, not the optimal levels that you need to thrive. So if you're listening to this and nodding your head thinking, this is me, what do you do next? First, you have to stop guessing. This is the biggest mistake that I see, hands down. People start taking random supplements they saw on Instagram or try a restrictive diet that actually increases their stress, hoping something works. But high cortisol and low cortisol can often feel exactly the same. So if you take the wrong thing, you could actually make yourself feel worse. This is why I recommend the DUTCH Adrenal test. Unlike a standard blood draw at your doctor's office, which is just a single snapshot in time, the DUTCH test uses urine to track your cortisol over a full 24-hour period. It shows us your cortisol awakening response, basically how well your battery charges in the morning. And it shows us how well you're clearing cortisol at night so you can sleep. If you're ready to stop the guesswork and finally see what's happening inside your HPA axis, the DUTCH Adrenal test is the absolute best place to start. It's an at-home kit that gives us a 24-hour map of your stress hormones. You can order it directly through my website via the Cortisol Confidence Fast Track, and the best part is I'll help you interpret those results so you actually know what to do next. I've also included a link to the supplements I mentioned, featuring the specific nutraceuticals that I use with my clients to support these 3 root causes of high cortisol, including that Akkermansia probiotic that we talked about. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate every like and subscribe because it helps get this functional medicine education to the people who need it most. You don't have to stay tired but wired. There is a root cause, and there is a way back to feeling like yourself again. Check out the links below, and I'll see you in the next video.